Some families say they want you to be happy, until your happiness looks different from what they imagined. This is the story of Arjun Patel and Marcus Thompson, two people who fell in love across cultural lines. And the moment Aisha's traditional Indian parents gave their son an ultimatum that would force him to choose between the family who raised him and the woman he loved. Forbidden hearts. His traditional parents gave him an ultimatum, her or the family. In some cultures, marriage isn't just between two people. It's between two families, two histories, two futures. And when those futures don't align, love becomes a battlefield where someone always loses. This is that story. Arjun Patel was 28 years old and had spent his entire life being perfect. Perfect grades, MIT engineering degree, perfect job at a top tech firm in San Francisco, perfect son who called his parents every Sunday, perfect Indian-American success story. His parents, Rajesh and Priya Patel, had immigrated from Gujarat, India in the early 90s. They'd arrived with 2 suitcases and a dream. Rajesh worked his way up from a gas station attendant to owning 3 successful convenience stores. Priya became a pharmacist. They sacrificed everything for one reason: their children. Arjun had an older sister, Kavita, who'd already fulfilled the dream. She'd married a nice Gujarati boy from a good family, had given them grandchildren, did everything right. Now it was Arjun's turn. People think being the perfect son is easy. It's not. Every decision you make, you're thinking about how it reflects on your family, what people in the community will say, whether you're honoring the sacrifices your parents made. It's not about what you want. It's about what you owe. And I owed them everything. For 28 years, Arjun had been the son his parents dreamed of. But he'd never been himself. Because himself wanted something they could never accept. Himself wanted Marcus. Marcus Thompson was a high school history teacher in Oakland, 29 years old, with a master's degree in education and a passion for making history relevant to kids who'd been taught it was boring. He grew up in Oakland, raised by a single mother who worked 2 jobs. His father left when Marcus was 5. He'd seen friends fall into violence, drugs, poverty. But his mother, Sharon, refused to let that be his story. She pushed him to read, to think, to dream bigger than the blocks he grew up on. Marcus became the first person in his family to graduate college, then got his master's, became a teacher to give back to the community that raised him. He was thoughtful, kind, passionate about justice and education. He mentored kids who reminded him of himself. He believed in building up, not tearing down. And he had no idea that falling in love with Arjun Patel would require him to fight the hardest battle of his life. I teach Black history, civil rights, the fight for equality. I tell my students that love and justice are revolutionary acts, that standing up for what's right, even when it costs you, that's what changes the world. I had no idea I'd have to live those words, that loving Arjun would become my own civil rights movement. One fought not in the streets, but in living rooms and family dinners. Arjun and Marcus met at a professional networking event. Tech industry meets education nonprofits. Arjun was there representing his company's corporate social responsibility program. Marcus was there hoping to secure funding for his school's history program. They started talking about education, about opportunity, about what it means to give back. The conversation lasted 2 hours. By the end, they'd exchanged numbers. 3 coffee meetings later, Arjun admitted to himself what he'd been denying for years. He was gay, and he was falling in love. For 6 months, Arjun and Marcus built a relationship in the shadows. Arjun kept it secret from everyone, not just his parents, everyone, his sister, his co-workers, his friends from the Indian community. In his parents' world, being gay wasn't just unacceptable. It was invisible. It didn't exist. That's a Western thing, they'd say. Indian boys don't have that problem. So Arjun lived 2 lives. Every Sunday I'd call my parents. Mom would ask if I'd met any nice girls. Dad would mention the daughter of someone from the community. Such a lovely family. We should arrange a meeting. And I'd say, "Not yet, Dad. I'm focused on my career." Like I was buying time. Like eventually I'd figure out how to stop being who I was. But Marcus was patient. He understood the complexity. He'd known Arjun was closeted when they met. He'd said yes anyway because he saw something in Arjun that even Arjun didn't see yet. The possibility of courage. I knew what I was signing up for. I dated closeted guys before. I knew the drill. No public affection. Meeting at my place, not his. Being introduced as a friend. If we ran into someone. I told myself it was temporary. That eventually he'd be ready. But 6 months became a year. And I started to wonder if temporary was turning permanent. The breaking point came on a Tuesday night. They were at Marcus's apartment. Cooking dinner together. Music playing. For a few hours they could be a normal couple. Then Arjun's phone rang. "Hi, Mom. No, I'm just at home. Working on some project proposals." "What's up?" Marcus watched Arjun's face change. Watched him become someone else. The perfect son. "Beta, I have wonderful news. You remember the Shahs? Their daughter Mira is moving to San Francisco for work. She's a doctor. Very accomplished. Very beautiful. We thought it would be nice if you two met. Maybe for dinner this weekend?" Arjun looked at Marcus. Marcus looked away, stirring the pot on the stove a little too aggressively. "Mom, I don't know. Work is really busy right now." "Beta, you always say work is busy. You're 28 now. It's time to start thinking about settling down. Just one dinner. For us? Please?" Arjun knew that please from his mother. It wasn't a request. It was a command wrapped in guilt. "Okay, Mom. One dinner. I'll text you about timing." "That's my good boy. I'll tell Auntie Shah. This is so exciting. Maybe finally we'll get to plan a wedding." She hung up. Arjun stood there, phone in hand, feeling like he was drowning. Marcus turned off the stove, walked out of the kitchen. "Marcus, wait. Let me explain." "Explain what?" "That you're going on a date with a woman while you're in a relationship with me? That after a year together, I'm still your secret? That you're going to meet Mira and pretend to be straight while I what? Sit here and accept that this is my life? It's just dinner. To get my mom off my back. I'm not going to marry her. Do you hear yourself? You're going on a date with a woman to make your mother happy. Arjun, I love you. But I can't keep being invisible. I can't keep being the secret you're ashamed of. I'm not ashamed of you. Then why doesn't anyone in your life know I exist? Why can't you just tell them? Mom, I'm gay. I'm in love with Marcus. Deal with it. Why is that so impossible? Arjun wanted to say, because you don't understand. Because in Marcus's world, being gay was hard but possible. In Arjun's world, being gay meant losing everything. Meant breaking his parents' hearts. Meant bringing shame to the family. Meant being cut off from the culture and community that raised him. But he didn't say any of that. He said, it's not that simple. Then maybe we're not that simple either. I'm going to head out. Give you space to figure out what you want. Because Arjun, I know what I want. I want a partner who's proud to be with me. Who doesn't hide me like I'm something shameful. And until you can be that person, I don't think this works. Marcus left. The door closed. And Arjun stood in his apartment, surrounded by the dinner they'd been cooking together, feeling like his world was splitting in two. Saturday came. Arjun met Mira Shah at an upscale Indian restaurant in downtown San Francisco. His parents had insisted on joining them, making it even more awkward. Mira was exactly what his parents described. Beautiful, accomplished, kind. She was a pediatric resident at UCSF. She laughed easily. She was smart and articulate. In another life, in another version of himself, Arjun could have liked her. But he was in love with someone else. Someone his parents could never know about. The dinner was torture. His parents beamed. Mira was charming. And Arjun felt like he was acting in a play where he'd forgotten all his lines. So Arjun is a senior software engineer. Very successful. And he's so responsible. Sends money to his cousins in India. Such a good heart. That's wonderful. It's important to stay connected to family back home. And Arjun cooks. Can you believe it? I taught him all my recipes. He won't starve his future wife. The word wife hit Arjun like a physical blow. Mira blushed. His parents smiled like they'd already planned the wedding. After dinner, his parents conveniently remembered they needed to leave early. An early morning puja, his mother said. But you two should stay. Have dessert. Get to know each other. So Arjun and Mira were left alone. They're not subtle, are they? My parents invented not subtle. They ordered tea. Sat in awkward silence. Can I be honest with you? Please. You don't want to be here, do you? I saw your face when your mom said, wife. You looked like you were going to be sick. Arjun didn't know what to say. Was this a test? It's okay. I get it. I'm gay too. Arjun's head snapped up. What? My parents don't know. Same situation as you, I'm guessing. They keep setting me up with nice Indian boys, and I keep making excuses. But they're getting insistent. I'm 27. Running out of time, according to my mother. So I agreed to this dinner because it was easier than another fight. For the first time that night, Arjun felt like he could breathe. I have a boyfriend. Marcus. He's a teacher. He's incredible. But my parents can never know. Is he worth it? The hiding? Yes. God, yes. But I'm terrified. If I tell my parents, they'll disown me. My mom will cry. My dad will be disappointed. My sister has perfect everything. How can I be the one who brings shame? Or maybe you could be the one who lives honestly. The one who shows them that being gay doesn't mean being broken. That loving someone, regardless of gender, is still love. Easy to say, harder to do. Trust me, I know. I'm still hiding too. Maybe we're both cowards. They sat there, two closeted gay Indians, trapped by the weight of family expectation and cultural tradition. Two people who understood each other in ways no one else could. For what it's worth, I hope you find the courage I don't have. Your Marcus is lucky. Don't lose him because you're scared of disappointing people who love a version of you that isn't real. Those words haunted Arjun all the way home. The next morning, Arjun's phone rang. His sister, Kavita. So, how was the dinner? Mom called me this morning. She's already planning your engagement party. Kavita, I need to talk to you. Can we meet? In person? That sounds serious. Come over. Kids are at their grandparents'. Dev's at work. It'll just be us. 2 hours later, Arjun sat in his sister's pristine Palo Alto home. Family photos everywhere. Evidence of the perfect life his parents dreamed for him too. Okay, little brother. What's going on? You sounded weird on the phone. Arjun had never said the words out loud to family. Never admitted who he really was. But looking at his sister, his big sister who'd taught him how to ride a bike, who'd helped him with homework, who'd always been his protector, he found the courage. Kavita, I'm gay. I have a boyfriend. His name is Marcus. And I love him. But mom and dad can never know because it'll destroy them. And I don't know what to do. Silence. Kavita set down her tea, stared at her brother. How long have you known? Always really. But I've been with Marcus for a year. A year? You've been carrying this alone for a year. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Because you're perfect. You did everything right. Married Dev. Had the kids. Gave mom and dad everything they wanted. How could I tell you I'm the one who's broken? You are not broken. Do you hear me? You're gay. That's who you are. That's not broken. That's just you. Tears fell down Arjun's face. Years of shame and hiding finally released. But mom and dad will need time. But Arjun, you're their son. They love you. Yes, this will be hard. Yes, it'll challenge everything they believe. But you can't live your whole life for them. You can't sacrifice your happiness for their comfort. What if they disown me? What if they say I'm dead to them? Then that's their choice. Terrible, painful choice. But it's theirs, not yours. Your choice is whether to keep living a lie or start living your truth. And little brother, you deserve truth. They sat there, crying together. Kavita held her little brother like she did when they were kids. Tell me about Marcus. What's he like? And for the first time, Arjun got to talk about the person he loved with someone who knew him. He told Kavita everything. How they met. How Marcus made him laugh. How he felt fully himself only when they were together. He sounds wonderful. And he deserves better than being your secret. I know. He basically said the same thing. I think I'm losing him, Kavita, because I'm too scared to choose him. Then get unscared. Because this is your life, Arjun. Not mom and dad's. Yours. And you get one shot. Don't waste it hiding. Arjun left his sister's house with something he hadn't had before. An ally. And the beginning of courage. Arjun texted Marcus. Can we talk? Please. They met at Marcus's apartment. Marcus looked tired. Sad. Like he'd been doing the same crying Arjun had been doing. I told my sister. About us. About me. You came out to Kavita? I did. And she was amazing. Supportive. Said I need to tell my parents. That I deserve to live honestly. And? Are you going to tell them? This was the moment. The fork in the road. I want to. I'm terrified, but I want to. Marcus, I love you. And I'm sorry for making you invisible. You deserve better than that. You deserve someone who's proud to be with you. I don't need pride, Arjun. I just need honesty. I need to know that you see a future where we're not hiding. I do. I see us building a life together. I see us not sneaking around. I see us at family dinners, maybe not my family right away, but eventually. I want that. I want you. But I need time to figure out how to tell them. How much time? The question hung in the air. I don't know. Then I need to be honest with you. I can't do indefinite. I can't keep waiting for someday. So I'm giving you a timeline. 3 months. 3 months to tell your parents or I'm out. Not because I don't love you. I do so much. But because I love myself too. And I deserve a relationship that's real. 3 months? Marcus, that's fair. That's fair, Arjun. 3 months is more than enough time to have one conversation. To say, Mom, Dad, I'm gay and I have a boyfriend. That's 90 days. And if you can't do it in 90 days, then this relationship isn't going to work. Arjun wanted to argue, wanted to say it wasn't fair to give him an ultimatum. But then he realized Marcus was just doing what Arjun's parents would eventually do, forcing a choice. Okay, 3 months. I'll tell them. I believe in you. I believe in us. But you have to believe too. Okay. Month 1 came and went. Arjun tried multiple times to tell his parents. But every attempt failed. Sunday dinner at his parents' house. His mother made his favorite food. His father told stories about the old country. The moment felt perfect. Arjun opened his mouth to speak. Beta, guess what? Mira's mother called. She said Mira really liked you. They want to set up another dinner. The moment shattered. Arjun said nothing. Another Sunday. His father was in a good mood. Business was going well. He was talking about retirement. About spending more time with future grandchildren. When you get married, Arjun, and have kids, I want to teach them Gujarati. Pass down our language. Our culture. That's so important. Arjun tried to say, Dad, I'm gay. There won't be kids. Not like that. But the words stuck in his throat. Every time I got close, something stopped me. Their happiness. Their dreams for me. The knowledge that my words would shatter everything. How do you tell people who gave up their whole country for you that you can't give them this one thing? Marcus was patient. But Arjun could see the strain. The hope dimming a little more each week. Month 2 brought new complications. Word had spread in the Indian community that Raj and Priya's son had met Mira Shah. Other parents started calling. Such a good match. When's the engagement? The pressure built. His parents started planning. Not a wedding, not yet, but getting close. Beta, I was thinking, maybe for Diwali we could have a big party. Invite Mira's family. Let everyone meet. Start things officially. Mom, that's in 6 weeks. Exactly. Just enough time to plan. Arjun realized he was running out of time in 2 directions. Marcus's deadline, and his parents' expectations accelerating. He met with Kavita again. You have to tell them. Now, before this Diwali party becomes an engagement announcement. I know. But every time I try, I freeze. What if they hate me, Kavita? What if I lose them forever? Then you lose them. And that's devastating. But Arjun, you're already losing yourself. You're already losing Marcus. How much more do you have to lose before you fight for what you want? That night, Arjun called his mother. Mom, can I come over tomorrow? I need to talk to you and Dad. It's important. Of course, Beta. Is this about Mira? Are you ready to move forward? Arjun closed his eyes. It's about something else. But yes, we need to talk. Arjun drove to his parents' house in Fremont. His hands shook the entire drive. He'd practiced what to say 100 times. But now, parking in their driveway, seeing the house he grew up in, all those words vanished. His mother opened the door, smiling. His father was in the living room reading the paper. Beta, come in, come in. I made chai. They sat in the living room, the same room where he'd learned to walk, where they'd celebrated Diwali every year, where family photos covered every wall, documenting the perfect life they'd built. So, what did you want to discuss? Your mother thinks it's about Mira. This was it. No more running. It's not about Mira. Mom, Dad, I need to tell you something, and it's going to be hard to hear, but I can't keep lying anymore. Beta, you're scaring me. What's wrong? Arjun took a breath. Let it out. Jumped. I'm gay. I've always been gay. And I have a boyfriend. His name is Marcus. We've been together for over a year. I love him. And I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. But I was scared. I'm still scared. But I can't keep hiding who I am. Silence. Complete, crushing silence. His mother's face drained of color. His father sat frozen, paper still in hand. What did you say? I'm gay, Mom. I'm in love with a man. And I need you to accept that. No, this is not acceptable. This is Western influence. You're confused. I'm not confused, Dad. I've known since I was 12. This isn't something that just happened. This is who I've always been. But Mira, we told everyone. The community. I don't care about the community. I care about my life. About being honest. We gave up everything for you. We came to this country with nothing. We worked every day so you could have opportunities. And this is how you repay us? Repay you? Dad, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to be honest with you. Where did we go wrong? Was it living here? Should we have stayed in India? Did we give you too much freedom? You didn't do anything wrong. I'm gay. That's not something you caused. That's not something broken. That's just who I am. Rajesh walked to the window, stood with his back to Arjun. When he spoke, his voice was cold. If this is who you are, then I don't know you. The son I raised wouldn't bring this shame to our family. Each word was a knife. Dad, please. I'm the same person I was 5 minutes ago. Nothing changed except now you know the truth. Everything changed. You changed. And I cannot accept this. I will not. Beta, listen to me. This is just a phase. You'll get over it. We'll find you a nice girl. You'll get married. Have children. This Marcus, whoever he is, he's just confusing you. Marcus isn't confusing me. He's the first person who's ever let me be myself. And I love him. Then you have a choice to make. This man or your family. You cannot have both. There it was. The ultimatum Marcus had predicted. You're making me choose? No. You made your choice when you decided to pursue this lifestyle. We are simply telling you the consequence. Beta, please, don't do this to us. Think about what people will say. Think about your sister, her children. How can we face the community? I did think about all of that. I thought about it every day for a year. And I thought about spending my whole life pretending to be someone I'm not. Marrying a woman I don't love. Having kids and teaching them to lie like I lied. And I realized I can't do it. I can't live that life. Then live whatever life you choose. But you will do it without us. Without this family. Without our blessing or our support. Dad, you don't mean that. I mean every word. If you walk out that door with this man, you are not my son anymore. Priya sobbed. Arjun stood there, his world ending. He looked at his mother, hoping she'd fight for him. She just cried. So that's it? 28 years. Everything we've been through. And you're just done? We are done with the son who chooses shame over family. Yes. Arjun wanted to scream, wanted to beg, wanted to take it all back and pretend to be the perfect son again. But then he thought of Marcus. of Kavita's words, of living honestly, of not teaching future generations to hide. Then I guess I'm leaving. But I want you to know, I love you, both of you, and I'm sorry I'm not the son you wanted, but I'm proud of the man I am. And someday I hope you will be too. He walked to the door. His mother called after him. Arjun, please, don't go. But his father's voice cut through. Let him go, Priya. We don't have a son anymore. Arjun walked out, got in his car, drove away from the only home he'd ever known. And then he pulled over and sobbed. Arjun showed up at Marcus's apartment. Marcus took one look at his face and pulled him inside. You told them. They disowned me. My dad said I'm not his son anymore. My mom just cried. And I walked out. I walked away from my family. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Continue. December 12th. June pulling back. Looking at Marcus. ***. But I chose you. I chose us. I chose being honest. And Marcus, I'm terrified. But I'm free. For the first time in my life, I'm free. You were so brave. You know that? What you did today took more courage than anything I've ever seen. I don't feel brave. I feel like I just destroyed everything. No, they destroyed it by giving you that ultimatum. You just refused to keep living a lie. That's not destruction, baby. That's liberation. They held each other. And for the first time, Arjun didn't have to hide. Didn't have to check his phone worried his parents would call. Didn't have to pretend. The cost was everything. But the freedom was real. The next morning, Kavita called Arjun. She'd already heard from their mother. I just got off the phone with Mom. She told me what happened. I told her she and Dad are making the biggest mistake of their lives. How did she react? Badly. She said I don't understand. That if I support you, I'm choosing you over them. I told her I'm not choosing sides. I'm choosing love. And she hung up on me. Arjun's heart sank further. Kavita, I don't want to cost you your relationship with them. You're not costing me anything. They are. By being stubborn and closed-minded. And Arjun, I talked to Dev. We want you to know your family. Always. You can stay with us as long as you need. The kids love their uncle. That doesn't change. Thank you. God, Kavita, thank you. That's what big sisters are for. And Arjun, I'm proud of you. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but what you did took guts. You lived your truth. Not everyone can do that. After they hung up, Arjun cried again. But this time they were different tears. Not just grief but gratitude. He'd lost his parents. But he still had his sister. He had Marcus. He had people who loved him for who he actually was. 3 months passed. Arjun's parents didn't call. Didn't text. Complete silence. Arjun moved in with Marcus officially. They built a life together. Met each other's friends. Went to work events as a couple. Had normal relationship problems, who does dishes, whose turn to cook, stupid arguments about nothing. It was the most normal and the most painful time of my life. Every day with Marcus was a gift. But every day without my parents was a wound that wouldn't heal. I'd see Indian families at restaurants. Hear Gujarati being spoken. Smell food that reminded me of my mom's cooking. And I'd ache for them. For the relationship we used to have. For the parents who loved me before they knew who I really was. Marcus held him through the hard days. The days when Arjun wanted to call his mother and apologize. The days when he wondered if he'd made the wrong choice. You didn't make the wrong choice. They did. By choosing tradition over their son. By choosing what people think over loving you. That's on them, not you. Arjun met Marcus's mother, Sharon. She welcomed him with open arms. Baby, any man my son loves is family to me. You're welcome at my table anytime. And those parents of yours? They'll come around. Or they won't. But either way, you've got us now. Sharon became the mother figure Arjun desperately needed. She taught him how to make her collard greens. Told him embarrassing stories about Marcus as a kid. Treated him like the son she'd gained. Not the boyfriend who was temporary. But Arjun still ached for his own parents. 6 months after the confrontation, Diwali arrived. The festival of lights. The holiday Arjun had celebrated with his family every year of his life. Arjun stared at his phone. Wanted to send a message. Happy Diwali, Mom. Happy Diwali, Dad. But would they even read it? Marcus found him sitting on their couch, phone in hand, tears on his face. Send it. If you want to, send it. What if they don't respond? Then they don't respond. But at least you tried. At least you reached out with love. That's all you can do. Arjun typed the message. Read it 10 times. Finally press send. Happy Diwali, Mom and Dad. I'm thinking of you. I love you both. Arjun. He waited. 1 hour. 2 hours. Nothing. He went to bed heartbroken. But the next morning there was a message. From his mother. Happy Diwali, Beta. We are thinking of you too. Mom. Just those words. Nothing more. But it was something. She responded. She called me Beta. She's still my mom. It wasn't reconciliation. It wasn't acceptance. But it was a crack in the wall. And cracks could grow. 2 months later, Kavita and Dev celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary. They threw a party. Invited family and friends. And Kavita did something brave. She invited both her parents and Arjun and Marcus. I know it's risky, but it's been 8 months. And this is my anniversary party. My house. My rules. I want my whole family there. That includes you and Marcus. And if Mom and Dad don't like it, they can leave. Kavita, I don't want to cause drama at your party. You won't cause drama. They might, but that's their choice. Arjun, I'm tired of this family being split. I love you. I love them. And it's time everyone grows up and learns to coexist. Arjun talked to Marcus. They debated for hours. It's your call. I'll support whatever you decide. But babe, I'm not going to let them treat you like you're invisible. If we go as a couple. I hold your hand. I'm introduced as your boyfriend. No more hiding. Okay, let's do it. The night of the party, Arjun was a nervous wreck. He and Marcus arrived. Kavita hugged them both at the door. They're in the living room. Breathe. You've got this. Arjun walked in, Marcus beside him. Their hands clasped together. His parents were across the room, talking to relatives. His mother saw him first. She froze. Her eyes went from Arjun to Marcus to their joined hands. Rajesh noticed her staring, turned, saw his son. For a long moment nobody moved. The party continued around them, but for Arjun, time stopped. Then his mother did something unexpected. She walked over. Arjun, you came. Hi, Mom. This is Marcus. My boyfriend. He'd never said those words to her. Never introduced Marcus. This was the moment. Priya looked at Marcus. Marcus extended his hand. It's nice to meet you, Mrs. Patel. Arjun speaks about you often. Priya stared at the hand. For a terrible second, Arjun thought she'd walk away. Then she took it. Shook it briefly. Nice to meet you. It was cold. Formal. But it was contact. It was acknowledgement. Rajesh didn't come over. He stayed across the room, talking to others, determinedly not looking at his son. But Priya stayed. Awkward. Uncomfortable. But present. How have you been? It's been hard, Mom. Really hard. I miss you. Both of you. We miss you too, Beta. Your father. He is struggling. This is not easy for him. It's not easy for me either. But I'm still your son. That didn't change. I need time. We both do. To understand. To accept. I can give you time. Just don't shut me out forever. You will always be my son. Always. Even when I don't understand. She walked away then. Back to Rajesh. They left the party early. But Arjun had spoken to his mother. Introduced Marcus. Stood there openly as a gay man with his boyfriend. And the world didn't end. 1 year after the confrontation, Arjun's phone rang. His mother. Arjun, Beta. Can you come for dinner? This Sunday? You and Marcus? Arjun almost dropped the phone. You're inviting both of us? Yes. Your father and I have been talking. We went to therapy. A counselor who specializes in families with LGBTQ children. We are trying to understand. It's hard. But we want to try. Mom, are you sure? I don't want to push you. You are not pushing. We are your parents. We made mistakes. Big mistakes. We let fear and pride separate us from our son. The therapist helped us see that. We don't agree with everything. We still struggle. But we love you more than we struggle. Tears streamed down Arjun's face. We'll be there. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. That Sunday, Arjun and Marcus drove to Fremont. Arjun's hands shook the entire drive. Marcus held one of them. Whatever happens, we're together. That's what matters. They walked up to the door. Arjun knocked. His mother opened it. She looked older, more tired. But when she saw Arjun, she smiled. A real smile. My beta. I missed you so much. I missed you too, Mom. She pulled back, turned to Marcus, extended her arms. You make my son happy. I see that. Thank you. She hugged Marcus. Not long. Still awkward. But genuine. Rajesh appeared in the doorway. He looked at his son. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then Rajesh opened his arms. Come here, beta. Arjun fell into his father's arms. Both men cried. I was wrong. I thought I was protecting our family, protecting our values. But I was just pushing away my son. I'm sorry, Arjun. I'm so sorry. Dad, I'm sorry too. For hurting you. For not being who you wanted. No, don't apologize for being yourself. That's my lesson, not yours. He turned to Marcus, extended his hand. I am Rajesh, Arjun's father. And you are? Marcus Thompson, Arjun's partner. Partner. Yes. Thank you for loving my son. For being patient with our family. They sat down to dinner. Priya had made all of Arjun's favorites. The conversation was stilted at first. Awkward. But slowly it warmed. Rajesh asked Marcus about his teaching. Priya asked about their apartment. Small steps. Baby steps. But steps nonetheless. We told Kavita we are sorry. For putting her in the middle. For making her choose. She is right. Family is family. Even when it's hard. We still have much to learn. About your life. About what it means to be gay. About this world we don't understand. But we want to learn. If you'll let us. I'd like that. But Dad, Mom, I need you to know. Marcus isn't temporary. This isn't a phase. He's my family too. And I need you to respect that. Priya and Rajesh looked at each other. Then at their son and Marcus's joined hands. We will try. That is all we can promise. But we will try. It wasn't perfect. There were still hard conversations ahead. Still moments where tradition clashed with reality. Still times when Rajesh and Priya struggled to understand. But they showed up. They tried. And slowly, over months and years, the walls came down. 2 years later, Rajesh and Priya attended Marcus and Arjun's wedding. A small ceremony. Marcus's mother Sharon welcomed the Patels with open arms, teaching them how to dance at the reception. 2 families. 2 cultures. 2 men in love. Priya cried through the whole ceremony. But when Arjun asked her why, she said, because I almost missed this. I almost lost my son because I was more worried about what people would say than about his happiness. I'm crying because I'm grateful that I get to be here, that you forgave me, that you found someone who loves you this much. It took losing everything for Arjun to find himself. It took facing the ultimate choice to discover his own strength. And it took time, therapy, and love for his parents to realize that their son's happiness mattered more than their expectations. They gave me an ultimatum, him or them. I chose him. I chose myself. I chose truth over comfort. And in the end, I got them back too. Not the same way. Not the way they wanted. But real. Honest. Growing. That's all any of us can ask for. Love doesn't ask permission. It doesn't follow rules. It just is. And sometimes that's enough. Thank you for listening to this story from Forbidden Hearts. If you've ever had to choose between your truth and your family, if you've ever been given an ultimatum, share your story in the comments below. And remember, your happiness matters. Your truth matters. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep others warm.